Hi everyone, thanks for dropping by my YouTube channel today where I'll be doing final test on Paul's Breckwell brand pellet stove controller. As you can see, this is an older analog unit and Paul sent it to me because it was not driving his auger motor. I received it, performed some troubleshooting, replaced some components on it, and it's ready to be final tested. Before we get started, let me go ahead and describe to you the tester that we'll be using to check out the functionality of this controller. Of course, we have the controller here that belongs to Paul. It's connected to an auger motor from an actual Breckwell furnace. When the auger motor drives, we'll see this pattern here spin. I have 4 lights in the background that simulates the different functions on the stove. The first is the igniter, then in blue is the combustion fan. In yellow is the auger motor, and in red is the convection or room fan. All of those will come to play as we perform testing today. I'm going to turn on the controller now, and we'll see a couple lights come on. We see the combustion fan and the convection or room fan come on. I expected those to come on because the way that I built the tester, I bypass any sensors that are in the stove. There's no point in me testing my own sensors. With that, we see the 2 lights come on, and that's expected. We're currently in manual mode, and we know this because the green light at the top of the controller is not on. But there's a couple things we can check here. We can check the manual feed button, which is a momentary switch. When I press that, I expect the auger to come on, and we'll see that spin here. So let's have a look. So we can hear the motor spinning, we see the display spinning, and the auger light bulb came on. Press, release. Press, release. So that's a function of the controller, which does not include any of the automatic mode. So on many controllers, the failure mode is that it will drive in manual, but it will not drive in automatic. That is because the section of the controller that manually feeds the auger is completely different and isolated than the section which automatically feeds the auger motor. The next thing we'll do is we can check the low bcde max switch. So if I go to low, we see the intensity of the light change a bit. If we go back to B, C, D, we see the intensity of the light increase with every step. On most controllers, positions D, E, and max are connected together internally on the controller so that the intensity of the light bulb will not change as I cycle through D, E, and max. On this controller, D and E are slightly different, so we'll see an intensity change. Notice that intensity, but E and max remain the same. There's no change there. But D and E are different, which is different than most controllers, but that's fine. It's just the way that they added some components onto the circuit board. The last thing I'll do is I'll go back to the low position, and I'll check the high fan here. When I press on the high fan, which is not a momentary switch, we see the intensity of the convection room fan go to maximum. Not on and on. So you see the intensity is maximum. If I were to go to the E or max position, we would not see a difference. Notice that? No difference. So that's functioning correctly. All of this testing indicates to me that the manual functions of this controller are working correctly. Let's go into automatic mode now and test the automatic functions of this controller. To go into automatic mode, I need to press the auger button. That will cause the light here to come on, and it will start a timer in the controller, which will be the first cycle of the auger motor. Another thing to note is that this controller can power an igniter system. It can't directly power an igniter, but it can power an igniter system. So when I release the auger button, I expect the igniter element indicator to come on. Time to switch into automatic mode. So I press the auger button. We see the green light at the top come on, so we're in automatic mode. And when I release, we'll see the igniter element light come on. As you saw, it did come on. So we're now in automatic mode. A timer is running, and we're waiting on the first cycle of the auger motor to come on. When it does, we'll see a little green light back here come on. That's behind the faceplate. We'll see the auger motor light come on, and we should see the motor here spin. Notice that was a very short duration. We were on low. We'll do one more cycle of that, and then we'll switch to max to see the difference. Notice how long it takes between cycles of the auger, and notice how short the auger on cycle was. Let me switch over to max now. We see the intensity of the convection or room fan come up. Now what we'll see is a shorter duration of off time, and when the auger motor drive is on, it'll be on for a longer period. Notice the difference there. Off for a shorter period, on for a longer period. We'll go one more cycle. As you see, the auger is on for a longer period. The motor drives longer. I'm going to turn this off, and I want to thank you, Paul, for sending me your controller for repairs. I appreciate that very much. And for all you viewers out there, whether you own a Breckwell controller of your own or a different pellet stove and you have questions, feel free to leave questions in the comment section below. I'll be glad to try to answer them. If you have a controller of your own that you need repaired, my contact information will be found in the description for this video. You'll have to follow a link to get to it. I do hope that you'll take the time to leave me a thumbs up. I would appreciate that very much. And I hope you subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.